Today, I'm going to be talking about this fucking thing. It's a Robobrain from the Fallout TV show. I decided to make it, even if it's not perfect, just to do it, just to make it, just to learn from it. The first immediate distinction you'll notice from this one compared to the one on the TV show is that this one has an astronaut helmet on it instead of just like the normal glass dome. Tried to make that make sense in the event that I took it to, but basically it boiled down to a children's Halloween costume astronaut helmet was cheaper than any kind of cloche in the size and shape that I needed. And I feel like it kind of still works because it's like a space helmet would be fucking airtight, and so it would theoretically still work to house a brain like this. The brain itself is from an MRI scan, so it's brain is to scale. These little wires running off of it, those are just pneumatic tubing cut up, little pieces 3D printed and then shoved over the end to make it look like kind of wire connections. It's got these little covers here to just make it look more like wires. See, they connect down to the base down there. Those ones are held down with magnets. So that's children's Halloween costume astronaut helmet, MRI scan of the brain, wires, made the stand. So I guess now we talk about this, the little mouthpiece here, which, let's see, that is laser cut transparent green acrylic, which I bought and then used the laser cutter at my work to cut out and carve that from a 12 by 12 piece. I did all the research I could and tried to have the file like as ready as it could be to bring into my boss and just be like, here, just drop this in and it should be ready to go. But I guess I did something wrong and he had to basically redo the whole thing. So I want to figure out how to do that better and prepare files for the laser cutter, because I have this, a Pimp Boy 3 billion that I would like to laser cut a screen for an LED behind. And this one, I like kind of just assumed, like you can see the LEDs through the acrylic. That was not my intention. That was more so just I thought it would be easier to haze that screen than it turned out to be. I'm thinking I still might be able to like pull, I'll show the model for the cover for the LEDs in there, but I made that to where that should be able to come off and I could maybe like scuff the backside of that acrylic and try to kind of haze it. I don't really know. The headlights, and there's a tail light too. Those are all just flashlights that I 3D printed covers for. And one of them was one I already had laying down. That was the tail light, or I had laying around, yeah, I don't know what I said, I hopefully said that right. That was one I had just laying around. The headlights were just it's the cheapest 2-pack of LED flashlights I could get on Amazon. To cover them, I use this stuff. It's blank stencil sheets, which I don't think was the best choice. I think they could be better. I think if I were to make another version of this, I would change those to also be cut out acrylic and then change the 3D model to where I can place that in there. Kind of like the screen there. I just kind of cheaped out on acrylic because it's like $20 for a 1 foot by 1 foot sheet of acrylic. So now let me tip him up and kind of show the underside and how all of that works. Okay, somehow the best I could find was a puck light to put under it, but it'll do the job okay. So basically how the whole underside of this thing works is that it's all mounted on this RC car, which I also definitely cheaped out on. That could have been a nicer RC car. This one's a little underpowered because initially the goal is to have it like off-roading and stuff, but I really think that's pretty unrealistic for something that I'm adding this much weight on top of. Like a better RC car probably would have helped for sure, but like To what degree, I don't know if I still don't think it would have met my expectations. The suspension on all of the four wheels, it looked like this by default, this little spring. I actually printed TPU spacers for each of the four suspension pieces. There you go. So they have rubber spacers instead of spring spacers. And I think that kind of helps. I don't know. I'll throw some pictures up. I was like so proud of this thing, and then I posted it on a Facebook group, and this guy messaged me and showed me pictures of his, and his was just so much more technically impressive and just really cemented for me, like, yeah, I have a long way to go. Here, up here, I'll show the model for that. That's a bracket that mounts into the screw holes that the body of that RC car previously mounted to. I put heat set inserts in there and am connecting it all with just M3 screws. From that bracket to the actual body of the Robobrain is some threaded rod that runs through in these four corners. You can kind of also see there's those casings I was talking about. Those are those flashlights in there. You can see the whole flashlight on the tail light. I left that one very exposed. And so the other system in there is there's an LED strip that runs through the mouthpiece and then up into the brain area, and all of that is audio reactive. So those lights will blink and, you know, power on and off or whatever with audio. And all of that is just running off of an Arduino Nano with a microphone module attached. And what that does is it takes decibel values and converts that to an audio brightness value. And all of that whole system, the LED strips and the Arduino and stuff, run off of this here. That's a 10,000 milliamp hour just portable battery bank. Okay, so now I have the holy fuck. Well, and so go ahead and show there that helmet pops back into place pretty easily because I made basically it's the magnetic L bracket for it. But basically you see, move him around. You can see those lights blinking with the audio. Okay, I dropped him down on the floor here, just kind of demonstrate. So yeah, he's very underpowered. But he's my little guy. He gets the job done. And so yeah, if I had like any final notes, it would just be like, yeah, probably should have put a better RC car in there from the beginning. The covers for the headlights and taillight could be a little better. The acrylic behind the mouth could be more scuffed. But oh, and I think I forgot to mention the servo that controlled the steering. I burnt that out pretty quickly. So I replaced it with a bigger one, but that one didn't, I thought I was ordering the same one, but I actually ordered a bigger one. That one didn't fit in the slot of the old one. So I printed a bracket to hold that one onto the bracket connected to the car. So far that's worked, kind of. But anyway, in conclusion, could be better, could be worse. I'm happy with it, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know. The whole thing kind of sucks. I like making stuff, gotta make stuff, need to make stuff, but like it also just drives me so fucking crazy sometimes, and I'm just like, I gotta quit this. But then when I try, I just go even more crazy. So I don't know. Anyway, this is my guy.